That feel good?
A little, but it still won't release.
Really?
Yeah.
Gosh, if I could get my neck to crack like that, I'd be in a lot less pain.
Is it really loud?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Hello, everyone. Today we are doing lesson 91. Yesterday was the end of the review. Today's the first lesson of the second part of the review, I guess, or the second part of part 1. Be my guess. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, we're on lesson 91. Miracles are seen in light. Let us begin. It is important to remember that miracles and vision necessarily go together. This needs repeating and frequent repeating. It is a central idea in your new thought system and the perception that it produces. The miracle is always there. Its presence is not caused by your vision. Its absence is not the result of your failure to see. It is only your awareness of miracles that is affected. You will see them in the light. You will not see them in the dark. So, what that's talking about, folks, is the miracle that happens is your shifts in perception. There's your first miracle. When you can see the truth of what it is you're doing and shift your perceptions to understand that nothing's going wrong and that everything is okay, that in that moment, that is a miracle. And there are other little things when synchronicities happen and things just seem to come together and mesh and weave together beautifully. Those little synchronicities are mini miracles that are just setting everything in motion for you on your journey. And when you're in doubt and you're in your egoic mind, you're in darkness and you're unable to even comprehend the miracles happening around you. In those moments, you are stuck in the dark. You're unable to see, unable to hear, and unable to experience the miracle that is happening. Please continue.
To you, then, light is crucial. While you remain in darkness, the miracle remains unseen. Thus, you are convinced it is not there. This follows from the premise from which the darkness comes. Denial of light leads to failure to perceive it. Failure to perceive light is to perceive darkness. The light is useless to you then, even though it is there. You cannot use it because its presence is unknown to you. And the seeming reality of the darkness makes the idea of light meaningless.
So what it's saying there, folks, is that while you continue to choose the egoic thought system, you will be convinced that the light is out of reach, that the miracles can happen for you. And that light is crucial because it's the only thing that keeps you truly connected to the here and now, to the will to live. Living in that darkness eats at you until you want to check out. You want to end it all. This is why the light is so crucial to us, because without it, we can't function. I think that might possibly be why we get all these little tiny bursts of joy. The sound of a child's laughter makes us smile, makes us feel joy inside. Seeing puppies and kittens and baby animals makes us smile and feel joy inside. Those are little sparkles of light to keep us going until we choose to fully go within and seek the light within us. Because that's what it comes down to, seeking the light within yourself, the light that you are. And the more you deny the light within you and within your brothers, the more you fail to perceive it. Just as it says here, folks. The more you deny your brothers, the more you deny yourself. And even though that light is right there within you, it's useless to you because you're unable to use it or see it. It's like you don't even recognize that it's there. Please continue.
To be told that what you do not see is there sounds like insanity. It is very difficult to become convinced that it is insanity not to see what is there and to see what is not there instead. You do not doubt that the body's eyes can see. You do not doubt the images they show you are reality. Your faith lies in the darkness, not the light. How can this be reversed? For you, it is impossible, but you are not alone in this.
Now that is true. You're not alone in that, folks. Your brothers are caught up in it just as much as you are. And through all of it, Holy Spirit and God and Jesus are all waiting there for you to turn to them. And the first year doing this did sound like insanity to me. That there would be some kind of light within me, when all I could perceive of myself was darkness, was the used and abused child that I had been, and that I was only here to be used and abused. And it was those kinds of things that kept coming up in my mind and blocking my perceptions of who I truly am, who my brothers are, all those things that I was holding forth as being true. Please continue.
Your efforts, however little they may be, have strong support. Did you but realize how great this strength, your doubts would vanish. Today we will devote ourselves to the attempt to let you feel this strength. When you have felt the strength in you, which makes all miracles within your easy reach, you will not doubt. The miracles your sense of weakness hides will leap into awareness as you feel the strength in you.
Yeah, the more you do this work, the more these awarenesses will come up within you of these lessons and the things that we are sharing with you. And you witnessing it out there in your everyday waking life with your brothers, at work, at school, at church, wherever it is you happen to be, you will witness this happening. People walking on the street, you'll watch them back and forth bickering with each other about this or that. And you'll just find yourself observing it all and recognizing what it is they're doing, recognizing how you've done it yourself. And as you come to realize these things, the strength within you that you've been putting forth to do these lessons, that strength of will blossom into a fruition of joy and happiness to understand what it is that you have been getting taught. as you start to perceive it out there in the world in your brothers, what it is they are doing, just as you have done. Once you have chosen to see it and let it go and stop doing it yourself. And that is where your great strength comes in. When you finally recognize and realize what it is you're doing, and you start witnessing it out there in the world. And then you start recognizing how easy it is for you to now see the truth in any given situation that starts coming up for you. You stop jumping to conclusions and start turning within and asking first. Please continue.
By the way, I just want to make a comment. Something this brought up for me is how both of us, being empaths, are finding that our abilities are becoming
enhanced,
more keen, more enhanced, more fine-tuned.
Yes.
And in particular, I've found it very helpful that you've been going on these jobs with me, because it allows us to look at and discuss the situations that we're in and the people we're interacting with, and allows us to kind of share back and forth what our experiences are. And I've found that that's been very helpful in me fine-tuning, clarifying exactly what I'm feeling from people. You found
my
it.
cuticle pusher. I was looking for this. It disappeared on me last night. And I had opened this and locked it and shook it and everything.
And
it was right here along the edge of the book. Cute. So, yeah, as we openly discuss these things that we're experiencing, we find strength in coming to an understanding of the things that we're perceiving and experiencing in those moments. That what we are experiencing, we're not alone in it. Some of the things that we've been finding of late is that when we're able to have an open dialogue with each other, healing occurs. Understanding comes and healing occurs. When we're not trying to shut down the conversation and close each other out and override each other, when we are willing to actually listen to hear where our brother is at and what it is they are trying to articulate, we are able to then reciprocate and articulate an answer that's understandable for them. And as we continue doing these videos and sharing openly on Facebook with the folks that are asking to be friends with us or are following us, and even in some of these groups, excuse me, we find that as we're going throughout these different groups, more and more of these groups seem to be shutting their doors. They say they're public, but they're not. Only the chosen few are permitted to post. And if you want to post, you have to get your posts approved first. And what I keep getting told is that is a closed house. It has the semblance of being open, but it is not. It is closed. Only the chosen few may speak freely. And it's those chosen few that are dictating what everyone else is or is not allowed to do. And it's those kinds of groups that I'm being told that when they close their doors like that, they say they're public and open, and yet you can't post anything. You can't respond to anything except for maybe a like or dislike. And that kind of stuff is like, just, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel open. And, that kind of closing down of the lines of communication, it gives you a sense of someone trying to control and manipulate. And it brings into question what it is that they are truly trying to do there. Are they just trying to make money or something? Is that what it is? Trying to sell whatever it is they're talking about? That I don't know. But I just know that every time that happens where it says it's a public group and you first join and you're allowed to post and share and talk and everything else, and it suddenly just closes to where they don't allow anybody to post anything. It says it's open still, but you don't post. I can't stand those groups. I find myself being told to leave immediately. It's a closed house. And I wonder about that. Because it feels like, how did you put it earlier? Like, it's a feeling of almost abandoning your brothers.
Yes. I got the sense from you that you felt that your posts have been very helpful to the people that were in that group.
Yes.
And that you felt a sense of sadness because one person made the decision to cut off the lines of communication between you and your brothers.
Yeah, because he got caught up in his ego.
Right. Because you called him out too many times.
Yeah, of following the enlightened ego.
Yes.
Giving to get, and giving half-truths, dangling a carrot on his stick constantly. Yeah, and it does make me sad to know that they are closing down the lines of communication between their brothers. They're making it so that their brothers won't have that opportunity anymore. Please continue.
3 times today, set aside about 10 minutes for a quiet time in which you try to leave your weakness behind. This is accomplished very simply as you instruct yourself that you are not a body. Faith goes to what you want, and you instruct your mind accordingly. Your will remains your teacher, and your will has all the strength to do what it desires. You can escape the body if you choose. You can experience the strength in you.
Yeah. So, for 10 minutes, 3 times a day, try and picture in your mind. Picture that you are like the flame of a candle. You are the light within the shell. And that flame brightens with joy and happiness and dims with pain, suffering, and sadness. The more you choose to go with the ego, the dimmer that light gets. It's still there. It never goes out. Yet, the more you choose to go with the ego, the dimmer it gets until you feel like you're dying inside. If you've ever been ill and haven't been able to hardly move at all, and you just laid there looking at your body like, God, why me? I can't even move. And yet you know inside that your mind's going 1,000 different angles a minute. You know you're inside your body. And yet you can't get your body to do the things that you want it to do because you're sick. And it's that it's trying to get you to recognize that you are the light within the body. You know, folks, I shared with you how I laid in a bed for 8 months, unable to move, and unable to feed myself, wash myself, any of that stuff. And as I laid there, unable to move, with my body basically dying on me, I had to recognize in those moments that I'm still alive in here. Hello, I'm still alive. But I recognized I wasn't my body. I was within it, trapped in this dying sarcophagus, because that's what it felt like. It was like being trapped in a coffin. And I don't know why I would say it in that way, but that's how it felt. To be in the body, looking out the eyes, recognizing I'm trapped in here and I can't do anything about it. I can't move. It was at those points that I recognized I was the light within the shell. The body did not define who I was. And at the same time I was looking at that particular thing there, I was also looking at all those labels that I had believed defined me, defined who I am and who I'm supposed to be. And as I did so, I recognized what a bunch of bullshit all of it was. If you are not a body, what are you? You need to be aware of what the Holy Spirit uses to replace the image of a body in your mind. You need to feel something to put your faith in as you lift it from the body. You need a real experience of something else, something more solid and more sure, more worthy of your faith, and really there. Now, as I just shared with you folks, it took me laying in a bed, unable to move, for me to recognize I was not my fucking body. To recognize I was the soul within the shell, and I was still alive, even as it felt like the rest of the world was giving up on me. And it's taking a leap of faith in trusting that what is being told to you here, that you are the light within the shell. The very essence of you is the light within. That leap of faith is one of the only things that will open a door for you to see things differently. Sometimes there's certain things that we have to take a leap of faith on, and this is one of them. That you are not the body, but the soul within the shell. Please continue.
If you're not a body, what are you? Ask this in honesty and then devote several minutes to allowing your mistaken thoughts about your attributes to be corrected and their opposites to take their place. Say, for example, I am not weak, but strong. I am not helpless, but all-powerful. I am not limited, but unlimited. I am not doubtful, but certain. I am not an illusion, but reality. I cannot see in darkness, but in light.
Thank you. So these examples that they use, they are actually helpful. Some of them I can't, really say that I agreed with when I was first doing. I had hesitations and disbelief within me the first year that we did this, that I'm not weak but strong. I couldn't believe that. I was like, yeah, right. I'm 5 feet tall. I'm round. And I have no strength to even open up a freaking soda can. And you're going to tell me that I'm not weak, I'm strong? Yeah, at the time I was like, no. I couldn't believe it. But I've been finding that it is true. I have strength within. I have a willpower that has stood me in extremely good stead all my life. I make a choice and a decision, and very little can sway me from it. I remember as a teenager, I got hooked up with a 30-year-old man. I was 16, moved in with him, and for like 6-7 months, he had me doing coke every freaking day, all day long. And the more controlling he got, the more he cut me off from my friends and my family, the more agitated I became, until I finally told him to take his drugs and shove it. I was leaving. And I never touched it a day since. And I was 16 years old at that time. That is the kind of willpower I've had within me. That when I choose to do something, I do it. With no hesitation. And it's only been as I've done this work that I've come to understand that I'm not helpless, but all-powerful. I'm not limited, but unlimited. The only limits that limit me are my choices to believe and to follow blindly what someone else is dictating. I'm no longer doubtful. I am certain in what it is that I'm being shown. And when I share, I stand in my light of truth. I no longer bow down to somebody else's dictate that their way is the only way. I am not an illusion, but a reality. I am an eternal being. That makes me very real, folks. You are eternal beings. That makes you extremely real. How you chose to manifest yourself right now is what is not real. This is why we are trying to get you to see the light within yourself, to recognize that that shell you call a body is nothing but a tool. I cannot see in darkness, but in light. It's the truth. You turn out all the lights, you ain't seeing shit. Put you in a room with no windows, no cracks to see through anything, no light coming in underneath the door. Turn out the lights and you're in pitch blackness. You can't see nothing, not even your hand in front of you. It's only when there is even the smallest spark of light that you are able to see. Please continue.
In the second phase of the exercise period, try to experience these truths about yourself. Concentrate particularly on the experience of strength. Remember that all sense of weakness is associated with the belief you are a body, a belief that is mistaken and deserves no faith. Try to remove your faith from it, if only for a moment. You will be accustomed to keeping faith with the more worthy. You will be accustomed to keeping faith with the more worthy in you as we go along.
And that's true. The more you do this, the more you will begin to build up faith and trust that what you're being shown within you is the truth. As you turn within to Holy Spirit and God and Jesus, and you ask them for the truth, you will find yourself more and more keeping faith with them and trusting in them and what they're showing you. And as you do so, all that crap starts to fall away. And you find that the more you hold faith with them, the more valuable and worthy you feel. Please continue.
Relax for the rest of the practice period, confident that your efforts, however meager, are fully supported by the strength of God and all His thoughts. It is from them that your strength will come. It is through their strong support that you will feel the strength in you. They are united with you in this practice period, in which you share a purpose like their own. Theirs is the light in which you see miracles, because their strength is yours. Their strength becomes your eyes that you may see.
Exactly. So, as you relax into these lessons and the way they are asking you to do them, as it becomes almost a second nature. It becomes a habit, folks. You may not think about it now, but it does. It becomes a habit to start having these lessons play in the back of your mind as you're going throughout your day, and to find yourself doing them without even thinking about it. And however little effort, however meager your effort might be, you are fully supported in this. God's will for you is that you heal from all of this, that you succeed in all of this. And all of His thoughts are there to lend you strength and support. And the more you do these lessons and you start seeing these truths being brought up to the surface for you, and witnessing them, not just within yourself, but in the world around you, the miracles of them, to be able to see it, the more you will find yourself choosing again and again to go within, to stop going out there in the world looking into your brothers for what it is you've been seeking. And their strong support in you in all of this is what keeps you coming back to them. Please continue.
5 or 6 times an hour, at reasonably regular intervals, remind yourself that miracles are seen in light. Also, be sure to meet temptation with today's idea. This form would be helpful for this special purpose. Miracles are seen in light. Let me not close my eyes because of this.
Exactly. All right, folks, that was lesson 90. 1, miracles are seen in light. Do the work, folks. Please do the work. Recognize that as you do it, healing occurs. The light starts to dawn within you, that you are the light within, that all this crap you've been taught to think and believe to be true is not true at all. All right, that was lesson 91, Miracles are Seen in Light. My name is Sabrina Reyenga.
And I am Alex Reyenga.
Hugs, love, light, and blessings on your journey, my brothers. Please be the light we know you to be. Please be the light. Please be the light. Hugs, love, light, and blessings on your journey. You are loved. We love you.